Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Metropolis Radio. Now, before we get into today's video, I know some of you are going to be crying, your title's just a bunch of fucking clickbait. But as we go into this article here from Game Rant, please try to convince me that Sony is not attempting to develop a Chinese social credit system with their online service. With the headline here basically going out of its way to avoid calling it that, PlayStation patents automated system to detect trolls and disruptive players in multiplayer games. What does that sound like to you? Does that sound genuine, or does that sound like a social credit system? Well, actually, it's a little too early to ask that question. Sony files a patent that could transform how PlayStation games track quote-unquote disruptive behavior with a proactive automated system. Yeah, because automated systems have never generated false positives in the past. You know, it's like I don't remember what those things are called, like the step counters that you would wear on your hip. You know, how many times if you just shake your leg and then it's like, oh my God, you walked like 1,000 steps in the last hour. Yeah, I must be in really good shape. As anyone who frequently plays multiplayer games can attest, trolls and disruptive players are ubiquitous. I've been playing online multiplayer games for the last 15 years. And we used to call each other every name in the goddamn book, and the whole "fuck you" and "fuck your mother." That was just normal. And if there was a guy that ever took it too far, there was a little feature back in the day on Xbox Live and Call of Duty, any game you fucking played. It was called the goddamn mute button. If someone was taking their insults a little too far, just go over to their name, click mute, and you're fucking done. There you go. Problem fucking solved. Moderation efforts are failing across the medium. That's something acknowledged by Sony in a recent published patent, which describes how the management of disruptive players in video games is not currently done as well as possible. The patent goes on to describe a system to more aggressively recognize, process, and track quote-unquote disruptive behavior in multiplayer games. It's potentially a system that could be built into PlayStation games in the future. The patent describes a complex automated system for multiplayer games. The system starts by identifying disruptive in-game events as they happen, or even predicting the potential for disruptive events in preparation for tracking them when they happen. So they're not just a social credit system, but they want to develop Minority Report as well. You know, they want to create a future crimes division. Also, what are disruptive in-game events? Are you talking about people that are using all these bullshit cheats in GTA Online when they activate God mode or infinite ammo and you cannot kill them to save your fucking life? Or are you just talking about someone saying fuck you and fuck your mother? Following a disruptive event, the system recognizes the responsible player and collects evidence of the event. It also generates real-time behavioral data, which is then displayed back to players within a match or game. To make clear, this is an automated system that is running constantly. It's capable of tracking not only disruptive behavior and flagging it and reporting it, but also for tracking good behavior. Here's your gold star, little Timmy. Wow! Thanks, Mean Joe! In fact, the system even assigns a behavior score. Please tell me how this isn't a social credit system. I fucking dare you to try to convince me now. In fact, the system even assigns a behavior score to players, which takes into account not only disruptive behavior reports, but also behavioral marks, which can be assigned for positive interactions. Oh, goody! While it may seem like the system is simply designed to enable current moderation efforts to be more effective, allowing them to track disruptive players more actively, it's more than that. The system's demographic data can also be used for automated matchmaking too, by calculating the potential for disruptive behavior based on the players in a match. By doing so, the matchmaking system could then potentially disperse disruptive players in a way that minimizes the possibility of disruptive events. What makes the Sony patent stand out is that it acknowledges the failings of current efforts straight away. Current moderation efforts are resource heavy, requiring large teams to parse through inefficiently collected data and evidence. Bull fucking shit! I'll get into that in a minute. These customer service agents and moderators aren't in-game when disruptive events occur. They rely on automated systems or player reporting to make decisions. The more robust of the automated systems, the easier it is to deal with disruptive events and players. Obviously, there's a deeper question worth asking here too. While few PlayStation players, or any players for that matter, would disagree that more needs to be done to track and punish disruptive players, they may balk at the idea of Sony keeping account-based behavior scores for them. I have to sit back and wonder why. For the time being, this is just a patented idea from Sony, but it'll be interesting to see if this idea comes to fruition in PlayStation games in the future. Yeah, because this shit won't be goddamn abused. You know, this happened to me many years ago, back when Call of Duty was insanely popular in Black Ops 2. There was this kid, I just kept owning him just game after game after game. And I call him kid because he sounded like he was like 8 years old. And he had like that real pipsqueak voice. And I'm gonna get you, you son of a bitch! Type of voice. Actually, it wasn't that smooth. His voice kind of cracked and it was really funny. Because what me and a few guys actually did to the kid was even funnier. You know, back in the day, for those of you that never played Call of Duty, the absolute like worst way to get killed in Call of Duty was getting knifed, because you have to go out of your way to knife somebody, and it's like the ultimate bitch move. It's the ultimate bitch kill, and that's what we kept doing to this kid. Anyway, this kid later goes and cries to Daddy Microsoft, Daddy Xbox, and gets me suspended for a week, and completely makes up what I did to him. Now, to be fair, you know, the stupid customer service rep never told me exactly what I did, you know, but basically I was owning the kid in game, and he got all boo-hoo-hoo and decided to cry to Xbox and get me banned for a week. So what's the point of even playing online games anymore? And you know what this is actually reminding me of? You know, does anyone remember the Bully Hunters fiasco from a few years ago, and how much of a fucking failure that was? This basically takes it to a whole new scale. And like they said, this is an automated system. So don't think that there won't be false positives generated from this bullshit. And by the way, Sony going so far as to file a patent for this, you know damn well that they want to implement something like this in their fucking games. You know, companies don't go out of their way to patent something just to then not use it. That Sony did not patent this out of the kindness of their heart. That way Microsoft or Nintendo couldn't do it because we're for the gamers. No, they're not. They're looking to fucking implement this. They're looking to test the water, and they're looking to see the potential fucking outrage of this. And guys, that's pretty much all I've got for you before I start tripping over my words even more and giving myself a fucking aneurysm. If you stuck around this long, thanks so much for doing so. And if you've been following along, you know I'm terrible at ending these, and I will just see you guys next time.